I'm tie-down roper Tyson Durfee, and you are watching the Pepper Stewart Show.
That you are. That's exactly what you're doing. I don't know why you did that, though, but you did. All right, we got stuff for you. Like we always do, there's always something going on. Wow. I had to rearrange these microphones and stuck it right in my face, didn't I? You can still hear me, though. You're probably going to wish you hadn't, but I'm sure you can, so. That's what we got. We got stuff today. We got some guests in studio. We're going to talk to you about some stuff, so we're going to tell you about a few things that are going on everywhere. But let me just jump off and tell you what we got. We got the guys from Tarleton State here. They got a program they're working on. They're going to tell you about here in a little bit. We've got some we got some good videos. We got some good videos for you today. You're going to enjoy these. We got our stolen cow stuff as always. We got a sheep on the rampage. We'll tell you about that. Somebody took their horse down the highway. A dairy sets a Guinness World Record in a dairy. So find out about that deal. We got some tips. We got some ranching news, farming news, stats. If you've been in a coma and didn't pay attention to the Iron Cowboy or the American that happened this past weekend, we're going to tell you about that. Who won it? If you don't know, you will shortly. And a couple movies coming out. You know, somebody made the comment and said that on our movie trailers, some of the movie trailers that we run for different movies and things, we don't have any kid movies. They said, well, you haven't played any kid movies. Well, it just so happens at the time there's no kid movies coming out to show you. But that's changed because today we got two. We got two. I'm going to tell you about that. Something else I want to tell you about that I think is funny before we get into it. Let's get deep into it first. Everybody's upset. They always are. And I was watching a show yesterday, and they were discussing gun laws, because everybody's changing the gun laws now. Because you got the high school kids, you know, last month they were eating soap, and now they're experts on the Constitution. So they're going to tell us what's going on. So if you're wondering, if you guys in government pay attention, you might ought to go ahead and ask those kids what to do about North Korea, because I'm pretty sure they could tell you exactly what to do because they know. But I was watching a show, and there was a lady on there, and she had said that they need to ban all semi-automatic weapons. She said semi-automatic because I don't think she knows what the word means. So as the conversation goes on, the lady says, "No, I don't need that. And so and then the lady says, "Well, you know, because I have a pistol. You know, I use a pistol to protect myself. That's what I have. But I think semi-automatic weapons should be banned." So, of course, the next question is, "Well, what pistol do you have?" Her response was, "Oh, well, I don't know the particular make and model of that gun. My husband's got it." Well, how do you not know what it is? And 9 times out of 10, that pistol is probably semi-automatic. So I don't know. It comes down to what I always say. You know, if you want to protest something, be against it. More power to you. Be upset or against whatever you want to, but at least be knowledgeable about what you're talking about, so you don't look like an idiot. Because now, when somebody starts saying that, their credibility is gone. Because you're like, evidently, you don't know what you're talking about. So that's the end of that deal. What else happened? Oh, speaking of the American, what was in December, the NFR, that you had the big internet controversy about the markout rule. Everybody's upset about that. The markout rules, you know, they missed this out. The judges was horrible. It was terrible. Everybody's upset about that. All right. So now what happens? What happened at the American? Now everybody's an expert with this. Now we got flagging experts on Facebook. Everybody on Facebook is an expert on flagging timed events. So I don't get it. I mean, it is what it is, what they say. But yeah, you know, just enjoy the sport. Why, you know, everybody's in such an uproar to try to shut down rodeo and get rid of it. Enjoy it. It's here. Enjoy it. Quit griping about it. Just go watch it. Have a good time. Unless you're the one that didn't, you know, you're not the one that won the money or didn't win the money. So don't worry about it. Just be happy for those that were there competing, because some life changing money happened right there. So just enjoy it. Just have a good time. Watch rodeo. Quit trying to be an expert on everything, because you're complaining about the kids doing it, and then all these adults are doing the same thing, dropping on Facebook about flags and mark out rules and everything else. So Just golly.
Well, you're the expert.
Not really.
Yeah, now you're getting it.
All right, let's see what we got. What is going on over here? What's going on over there? Oh, look at that. There's people here. Look at that. Here we go. All right, right there we got Jace Kohler right there. He's here. Over there, Ryan Driggers. He's here.
Thank you, Pepper.
Tarleton State.
Yes,
A couple
sir.
college kids getting education.
Representing.
So that's what happens. That's what they're doing. Well, they're here today to talk about some stuff, and they've got some good stuff that they're working on. We're going to find about that. We're also going to dive into some more good stuff with them throughout the day. They're going to hang out. They're going to hang out with me all episode here, and we'll talk about some other stuff. But what we really want to talk about is this program that you guys got going on, and you want to tell us about that?
Yeah, sure, Pepper. So last week, Tarleton State CFFA started an initiative that we like to call the Blessing Bag Initiative. And the way this came about is I woke up one morning thinking of with the money that our program has, what we could do to put that to a greater use and serve someone outside of ourselves. So I woke up one morning and did some research, and in the Austin community, down there in Austin, Texas, in our nation's capital, the homeless population in the past 7 months has seen a 20% rise, an astronomical figure that has brought a lot of attention to myself and our team over there. So we decided to start this Blessing Bag Initiative, and what that is on April 7th or that weekend, we're going to go down there to Austin, and we're in the process of creating these bags. It's going to be either a 1-gallon or 2-gallon Ziploc bag, and it's going to have just a lot of your necessities as a human being in there. We wanted to find something that we could give that homeless population down there to show them that there are still good people out there who care, good people willing and wanting to serve. We didn't want to just hand out money because there's not enough of that to go around. I think everyone can relate to that. We didn't want to hand out fresh food because that's a hard job to do. So we decided to come up with these bags and fill them. We're doing over 120 bags, half male, half female. For males, we're putting things in there like your razors, combs, toothbrush, toothpaste. Same those goes for women. And the women's bags, women products that they're definitely missing out on due to their environment. So we really just wanted to put stuff in there, snacks, more healthy, nutrient-filled snacks that'll actually get them somewhere, not empty calories just like chips and stuff. We bought stuff that we believe will actually take care of them. So that's really what the initiative is about. We had a professor at Tarleton. Shout out to David Frazier. He's one of our biggest professors. He's the agriculture education professor at Tarleton. And he said, doing what's right when it's needed, that's what service is about. So we really take that to heart over there at Tarleton. And I speak for the whole student body when I say that when service is needed, these are the opportunities that we're looking for. So early April after Easter, we're going to enjoy our Easter and then go down to Austin and kind of walk the streets smartly, educated. But we're going to walk the streets and hand out these blessing bags to the homeless population down there and hopefully have an impact on somebody.
Well, that sounds like a good deal because like you say, people don't think about those things. When you think about somebody homeless or in the need of something like that, the most people that's the first thing they think of. They think of food. They think, well, they need something to eat. Let's give them some food. Let's give them something to drink. But there's other stuff that goes along with that. Like you say, because they need toothbrushes, they need razors, they need to shave, they need to be clean, they need wipes. So that's stuff that you normally don't think about, but it is a necessity that you need.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Another thing, I guess, that we wanted to put in there, I did some research, and one of the biggest things that when you ask homeless people, they say they're missing out on is things like razors, so they can shave and hopefully go out and get a job interview. There are a part of the homeless population that would love to work that are just not in a good situation. Their circumstance just makes it hard for them to get a job. Resume formats, I've heard that one several times. They're looking for a way to work. They're looking for a way to change their life. So what this initiative is focused on is bringing a little bit of hope to that population, bringing things that we believe can initiate that change for them and get them started on the right track to bettering their lives. And if not, we can just hopefully immediately impact it, in the moment by giving them a bag like that. But what else do you want to add, Ron?
Well, we've been, just so blessed throughout the Tarleton community, Stephenville community, even back home, in Abbott, Texas and Greenville, Texas, both of our hometowns, of people that have, rallied behind this. Have really just gotten on board in such a short period of time, Pepper. You know, it's just, I think we were at this for a few days, and we were trying to promote this on Facebook and social media, and it was just amazing the responses that we were getting, not just from Tarleton State, but from Abbott, Texas, and Greenville, Texas, and from all over, that people that believed in our initiative and wanted to help out. You know, again, we were so blessed to have professors and members in our collegiate FFA group that really were on board with this initiative, that wanted to volunteer, wanted to go down there and sacrifice their free time to be able to serve. And I think that's really something amazing, and we're very fortunate that happened in our chapter.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you guys have a Facebook page up or somewhere up where people can go to if they've got?
Yeah, we have a Tarleton CFFA page that we post to sometimes. Most of the stuff right now, I'm the president of Collegiate FFA. Ryan here is my first vice president, so a lot of stuff runs through our Facebooks. Ryan's dad, Terry Driggers, shout out. I know he's watching. We told him we'd give him a shout out. He's done a lot. He's been an amazing guy. If anybody ever gets the chance to meet him, he's done more for us, supported us more than we could have ever asked to. So, listeners here in the Greenville, Dallas area, my Facebook is just Jace Kohler, JACEKOLAR. Ryan has a Facebook too. His last name is Driggers, DRIGGERS. Ryan's dad, Terry, you can find his information on there too if you need to get in contact with him. But just go to our Facebooks. That's where most of that posting happens. It kind of runs through us. The rest of our team, I should say, we were fortunate enough today to have open schedules that allowed us to come up here and talk and promote this initiative. But the rest of our team is still back in Stephenville, getting an education, doing what's important, focusing on themselves, and they support us fully. So wish they could be here, but. Yeah, to answer that question, we do have a Facebook, but a lot of stuff runs kind of through my Facebook. That's where the initial post happened. So if you can get in touch with my Facebook, I even know it might be shared on your page or something so that even your listeners can go on there and look.
Okay. We'll do it. We'll get out there and let the people know about that. Now, as far as FFA, because both of you through FFA, if there's some folks out there watching, because we have people watching all over the world. So for those that don't know what FFA is, you want to kind of explain what it is, how it works, and kind of how that involves agriculture in the schools?
I'm not going to answer this question first because my friend Ryan here, one of the most passionate people about the organization that we love so much that I've ever met in my life, one of my best friends, and the FFA is what brought us together. So I'm going to let him tackle that question first, and I'll come back and hopefully pick up the pieces. But I'm going to turn it over to you on that one.
Yeah, absolutely. FFA in our schools and in our high schools and both in our colleges now is based in agricultural education, and FFA is the intercurricular group that combines that with a leadership ability and premier leadership, personal growth, and career success. And it really takes that initiative and breaks it down into three: in the classroom, in your supervised agricultural experience, which students in the FFA do every single day, wherever they show pigs. I believe they can even get an SAE credit for rodeo stuff, and cattle, sheep, and things like that, and it goes on and on and on. And where that brings us to collegiate FFA in Tarleton State University is that me and Jace Kohler both met when we were area officers here in the state of Texas, and conveniently went to the same college, and so we really brought up this Tarleton CFFA chapter as a service organization. So we have done a lot of things throughout the years to help promote our organization, promote that, the values that the FFA teaches you in high school doesn't end in high school. And it can go on throughout college and on throughout your career. And really that's what we promote here at Collegiate FFA, and we're here to serve, and we're here to serve not only our FFA chapters, but our local community. And we also, with this new Blessing Bag Initiative, we wanted to reach abroad, and we wanted to go out past our community and make a bigger impact.
Okay. Go ahead.
I'll agree. High school FFA, your 4 years of high school there, you get the opportunity to take FFA as a chance to build yourself, work on your own character, work on your own leadership skills, do things that are really going to build you as a person. In our high school chapters, Abbott and Greenville both did an outstanding job of that. For those of you who know about FFA, Area 8 and Area 5 absolutely changed our lives. We've had a ton of support, but the FFA organization, you don't have to own an animal to be in the FFA. You don't have to be from a rural background. You don't have to do anything, technically agriculture related. It's truly for kids anywhere and everywhere across this great state. And the organization really did change our lives from the aspect of it gave us, number one, a chance to serve at a greater level, to serve more people. It gave us the ability to have the initiative to start projects like this and take pride in what we do. But it also taught us what service was. Even from an early age in the FFA organization, it taught us that you should live your life with a service before self attitude. You should look at the needs of other people before you look at the needs of yourself. And I think coming into college after high school and in our secondary education through Tarleton's Collegiate FFA, that's allowed us to be very successful as we got those character building traits from high school and then took it into a collegiate organization that focuses more on service. So now that we learn those skills, we really understand what service is now. And that initiative and that idea of service allows us to start initiatives like this.
All right, and that's something that it's when I was growing up, there was some schools that still didn't even have FFA at the time. So you had some that did it, some didn't have it, and then like you say now it's expanded more. I think they even got the junior FFA for the young kids, before they even get to high school. So it's expanding. That's just all for agriculture. And the rural lifestyle that people forget about. They like to go to the store and eat and buy groceries, but they have no idea where it comes from. So, it's good that it's still out there and there's still options for people to go out there and learn, all through school and end up going to college.
For sure.
With FFA. So that's a good deal. That's good. You got anything else you want to throw in there before we jump into some randomness here?
Yeah, just real quick before we get off the mic here, I just want to say, first of all, if you're looking to donate, you can contact Pepper. You can contact either of us. We might leave our phone numbers under this video on Facebook Live. If you happen to be watching online, we can get Pepper to work with that. But what we're really needing, and Pepper, I think, posted our flyer on his website, so he has that on there if you want to go look. Just a lot of those products we're still, searching for, still needing, so that we don't have to spend as much money, of our program money. Those donations are more appreciated than we can possibly tell you right now, over this mic. But we still need like man care products, women care products, your toothbrush, toothpaste,
and clothes, and small snacks and things like that. Any donation would be well appreciated.
And I guess for a closing statement before we get off the air, I just want to say thank you to everyone who tuned in and listened today. Thank you for those people, our families back home, who took the time out of their busy schedules. I know both of our families stay busy, family, friends, them too. But I just want to say when you support good kids who take initiative, who have good character, it's crazy what a bunch of good kids with good support systems behind them can do. And I think me and Ryan, with Ryan's family and my family, have definitely been blessed with the support systems that we've had growing up and even now in college continuing. I just wanted to say a big thank you to everyone who got us to this point, who everyone that continues to help us and support us, get us on shows like this, get us in contact with people that can help us. Just wanted to say thank you, and there's a lot of good kids left out there in the world. I know on mainstream media today it's hard to find that light, that goodness in the world, but take a step out in your community. Go to your local college. Go to your local high school. Visit your local FFA meeting, and I promise you'll see a lot of good kids that are still left in this world. So thank you, Pepper, for having us. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Pepper.
You guys are welcome. All right, let's get to some good stuff. You want to get some good craziness here? You want to do some of that?
Sounds good.
I've got a story. All right, we got a story right here, and there's a story with the story, but the problem is, reading this story does not do it justice. So what we're going to do, we're just going to let you enjoy it. That's what we're going to do because, man,
Emojis.
Oh, man, what just happened there? But, yeah, it's we got stuff. But like I said, he says if you go to the website, I believe the flyer's up on the website. If it's not up there yet, I think it's fixing to be. I know they're working on that earlier to get it on there with our events and stuff, so it's going to be on there so you guys can get to it. Of course, it's on the should be on the Facebook stuff as well, so you can go check out their blessings and stuff to them. So, all right, let's. I don't know. It's the funny. I don't know why I laugh every time I even start looking at this, but this is good.
It's not your usual call to police. Nanaimo Mounties moved in today after an aggressive sheep escaped from its pen, embarking on a wild rampage that sent 2 kids to the hospital. CTV's Jessica Lepp on what happened.
RCMP officers lined the street of a South Nanaimo neighborhood today looking for their prime suspect, a sheep on the lam.
They just said it's attacking.
Around 11:30, Mounties responded to this hobby farm after reports that the 45-kilogram animal was ramming toddlers.
The sheep is 2 years old, named Moses, has somehow got out of his pen, hadn't done this before, got ornery, and for unknown reasons, attacked the 2 small children.
The 3 were knocked to the ground before they managed to escape and called 911 for an ambulance. An employee with Tiny Toads Daycare tells CTV News that she and 2 small children were taken to hospital with minor injuries. However, she tells us that the ordeal was quite terrifying for the children. RCMP called the Rams owner, who raced home to corral Moses and was feeling a little sheepish about the ordeal.
It's scary. I would be more worried about the kids because they're little.
Barb McAllister lives just up the road from the animal and says she witnessed a separate attack involving the same sheep today.
And the sheep was butting him. Finally got up and started running to his vehicle, and the sheep started chasing him.
RCMP could not confirm this.
No, it was not the call that I expected.
The owner admits Moses can be pushy at times, but was surprised to hear he escaped.
He loves visitors, and I think probably what happened was they were visiting with him, and he decided he was going to get more of a visit and pushed his way out.
Neighbors say the attack is a first.
I've been here 12 years. I've never seen any problems with the sheep there at all.
RCMP say charges against the animal's owner aren't likely. Shaken out, but otherwise okay. The young tots are expected to be released from hospital today. As for Moses, he's back in his pen, and his escape route has been closed off. Jessica Lepp, CTV News, Nanaimo.
It's not your...
Golly. So I don't know. Sheep on the loose, I guess. I don't know. That's always something's going on. But thought that would be entertaining. Speaking of sheep on the loose, we got other stuff on the loose right here in your stolen cattle news. Here we got Central Texas, February 27th. They had the theft of a Polaris utility vehicle, trailer, other equipment from a property in Comanche County. It was a Polaris Ranger 900 utility vehicle, black 16-foot utility trailer, the upright air compressor, red Craftsman toolbox, 2 chainsaws, and some small toolboxes. What else we got? District 10, North Texas. Theft of a rope and saddle from an unlocked trailer in Stevensville sometime after February 18th. The saddle is a rough-out Hall Evans rope and saddle with a 15-inch seat, a square skirt, and 2 conchos on the front of that skirt. Let's see, what else we got? District 16, West Texas. 105 head of mixed branded heifers missing. 105. I think you'd notice that, wouldn't you? Missed from a property in Nolan County, and a 24-foot Sooner aluminum livestock trailer stolen from the property in Fisher County sometime between March and November 1st of 2017. Somebody's not checking on their cows, apparently. The 105 head of mixed heifers went missing from the property. The heifers were branded with an S with a bar over and under the left hip. Any information on that? Texas Southwestern Cattle Association. And then we got this, which always happens. You steal it, but something else always happens. And here it is. Jimmy Wayne Parker, originally of Seymour, was arrested in Wise County on charges of false statements to obtain credit at Hinterland Secured Creditors. The arrest is a result of an investigation by Texas Southwest Cattle Association. The charges stem from a case more than 100 miles away where Parker allegedly lied to the creditors of Seymour National Bank to obtain a loan, resulting in the charge of false statements to obtain credit. As collateral for the loan, he put up his truck, stock trailer, and cattle. After he defaulted on the loan, they were unable to take possession of those items, resulting in the charges. Both charges are third-degree felonies, carry a prison sentence of up to 10 years. Following his arrest, Parker was booked in Wise County Jail since been released after a $25,000 bond. Trial date's not been set yet. But once again, Texas Southwestern Cattle Ranch Association, everybody wants to steal something. Just a matter of time. They will find you. More cow news. Let's do this. Let's get the Angus report out there for the week. Comes to us from Angus TV. And we'll let you check that out. And then we'll come back here with, some stories and stuff.
We check in now on the latest cattle market news with our market update, brought to you by CattleFax.
Hello, I'm Troy Bockelman with the CattleFax update. In the December USDA cold storage report, total red meat and poultry in the freezers were at 2.2 billion pounds, steady with November and up 2.4% from a year ago. After a record large total protein in cold storage in September, product in cold storage has been seasonally declining. With increasing production of all major proteins, it was no surprise to see large cold storage levels. But as a percent of production, cold storage has been below year-ago levels for most of 2017. Beef in cold storage was at 489 million pounds, down 13.8% from the record large levels in 2016. Declining cold storage levels for beef may be supportive to lean trim prices, as just over 90% of beef in cold storage is boneless. Pork in cold storage was 490 million pounds in December, 3.2% higher than a year ago. Much of this increase is due to hams, at 81 million pounds, or 18% above year-ago levels. Pork bellies saw a significant increase at 40 million pounds, or almost double year-ago levels. Total chicken in cold storage was at 886 million pounds, up 10.2% from a year ago. November and December were the highest levels since 2005. With total red meat and poultry production expected to increase 3.3 billion pounds in 2018, cold storage will give an indication of product movement. With increased production, it is expected that product will continue to be kept in freezers at an increased rate. Yet, when cold storage volumes are sharing near year-ago levels, products is moving through the pipeline and to the final consumer. Demand for all three proteins has been relatively strong for both the domestic and global markets, and this has helped to moderate cold storage needs during this expansion period. Continuing to see stable numbers in cold storage moving forward will be supportive to the markets as product continue to move through the pipeline. For the Angus Report and CattleFax, I'm Troy Bockelman.
To learn more about CattleFax, your leading source for beef industry market information, visit CattleFax.com.
That's what you do, apparently. You go to CattleFax.com. You also get the app on your phone. I think we talked about this before, all the different apps that you can get on your phones now. You can get text updates and all that stuff too in your phone. All right, we got stories. Y'all want to hang around and do some stories?
Oh, yeah.
You got a story about something over there?
Yeah, I got one. All right, this one's titled Water Weed Removal. Says a game warden and state park police officer were at the boat ramp in Falcon County State Park after patrolling the lake for water safety violations when a young boy approached and stated he and his dad were fishing when they observed several suspicious-looking bundles floating in the water. He showed the officers a photo of one of the bundles and stated that they had marked the location of their GPS in the boat. The two officers drove to the location by boat where they recovered 17 large bundles of marijuana floating in the water. The marijuana weighed 705 pounds and valued at $564,000. It was later discovered that the U.S. Border Patrol agents had an incident with marijuana smuggling the previous night in the same area, and it is believed that these bundles were related to that incident. While on patrol the following day, the two officers recovered two more bundles in the same area. That haul weighed over 82 pounds and valued at $66,000.
Looks like either somebody got in trouble or got scared and run off or something.
Yeah,
They left.
I think so. They left a lot of money on the table.
They abandoned ship there.
Golly. Crazy. All right. What's that, game warden field notes?
Yes, sir.
All right. I got one for you right here. Over in the UK. You ever been over in the UK?
Nope.
You ever been over there?
Nope.
Sure haven't.
Okay.
That's next stop.
I'll just say this. It's interesting. Interesting. Right here, a driver was blasted. He was blasted so bad that the video's gone. Because I was going to show the video, but it's gone. There was a driver in Britain. He's facing strong criticism online after being filmed holding the reins of his horse trotting alongside of his car. The video was captured on the A43 highway in northern Hamptonshire, England, by this guy who remains nameless because of his YouTube channel is a horrible name. He shows the horse trotting alongside the car on the road while the car is traveling in opposite directions or passing closely. People were going crazy and calling this guy out for animal cruelty on the highway.
Yeah.
But over there, it's so different. God, so different. The first time we went, I had no clue what I was in for.
It's a different world.
Well, when you go down the road, like you're going down, say a farm road, county or whatever, there's no ditches. There is no ditch. So if you're going down the road, you've got blacktop. You got blacktop and a fence is right there up against it on both sides. So there's nowhere to go.
Yeah.
And so there's nowhere for these people to go ride their horses. They don't have places to ride. So a lot of times that's why they ride down the road. You see them with the orange vests, whatever, because they have to ride down the road because there's nowhere to go, no open land. So I could just imagine this guy's got to take his horse somewhere. So how's he going to take it? They don't have trailers over there.
Yeah.
You don't. The trailers they do have are real small. They're a little bitty, almost like a 2-horse trailer.
Those are cars.
Yeah, and the cars are small.
Yeah.
And then they do have like a box, like a U-Haul truck that they haul horses in. But everything is tiny. And we were over there. We stayed at an Angus ranch over there. Well, I called it Angus. It was an Angus ranch. It was only about 10 acres, but that's big for over there. And we were taking some cows to the market over there, and he had I don't remember what the car was called, but to me it looked like a station wagon. And it had a little silver box trailer. I got a picture of it on Facebook somewhere. A little box trailer hooked up to it, like a little 16-foot trailer. You put couple cows in there, hook up, and you go. It's a whole different ball game.
Guess they don't have dualies.
No,
down there.
no, I would not fit over there.
And Stephenville boys would not make it.
No, you could
be in for something else.
Yeah. You couldn't
do it.
Not.
Couldn't do it.
And the rental car, because the rental car over there, everything over there is standard. Everything's manual standard over there. And it's weird because you're sitting on the right, and the gear shifts, so you're shifting left-handed. So that's weird anyway. And I don't know if I ever told the story or not, but the first time we went over there, we had the rental car. It was a little bitty. It was a little tiny thing. And we'd gotten out to somewhere, and I sat in that car for, 5 minutes trying to put it in reverse and back up. I couldn't get that car in reverse for nothing. And so I was like, well, I just call the rental car company and ask them. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to call them people. So for 3 days, everywhere we went, I either made sure we could pull out forward or I would get out and push that car backwards to get out. And then finally I called them. It was the weirdest deal on the gear shifter. In order to put it in reverse, you had to pull it up.
Oh, okay.
You had to pull it all the way up and then go under your gears.
There you go.
I'm like, that's weird.
Got to do what you got to do.
Yeah. You push it down, you go through, and you come over and pull it up. I was like, weird. Weirdest car I ever drove, but yeah.
Strange world.
I got tired of pushing that thing around. Everybody looking at it, what's this guy doing? He just pushed his car around.
Get a workout of there. You can fit.
That's why I finally broke down and called the rental car company. I'm probably thinking these stupid Americans, they don't know how to drive.
Makes you appreciate your truck a little bit more.
Yeah, it does. It does. It takes a while to figure out to drive on the wrong side, and then when I come back over here, when I come back home, I catch myself on the wrong side a couple times too, and it just takes just a transition getting switched back over. But it's fun. It's interesting. It's neat to go around and see all that stuff though. What else we got? You got anything over there? Any good?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
What do you got?
About a costly lesson learned.
Uh-oh.
Maverick County game wardens made contact with a ranch hand during a camp check and were informed there were 5 hunters still in the field. While waiting for the hunters to return to camp, the warden discovered several plastic bags in a cooler containing 43 duck breasts and 10 dove breasts missing. The required wing or head attached for bird identification purposes. The wardens made contact with the hunters and found them in possession of 5 dove and 2 ducks, along with a mix of lead and steel shot shells in their hunting bags and shotguns. The wardens examined the dove and found their crops to be full of corn. The hunters were asked by the wardens where they had harvested the dove and were told that they had shot the birds under a deer feeder. The wardens advised the hunters of the issues they had with the game that they had harvested, and hunters told the warden they had hunted their entire lives and had no idea they couldn't hunt dove at a deer feeder. And also stated they didn't know they had to keep a wing or head on a duck for identification purposes. Citations were issued to all 5 hunters. 43 ducks and 15 dove were seized. The civil restitution and cases are pending.
Interesting.
I guess we've been doing it all wrong.
I guess he got it figured out.
Yeah.
Must have been a slow day at the least there. He didn't know deer, so I'm going to shoot something today.
Shooting dove. How about this? I had no idea you could set a world record doing this. But it's Australia, so I don't know. I've never been there. I hear snakes, too many snakes will kill you or something. Ooh, what I hear. Or you get punched by a kangaroo. Right here, Australian Dairy. There's a dairy company in Australia that sets a world record by holding a cheese tasting event with more than 550 people simultaneously eating cheese. So you got 550 people. I guess you all take a bite of cheese at the same time. I guess that's how it works. Let's see how this works. The Margaret River Dairy Company said it needed at least 250 people to set the Guinness World Record for the largest cheese tasting in Metricup, West Australia. The event easily surpassed that number with a total of 560 people showing up to try 3 different types of cheese. Farmhouse variety of a cheddar and a brie. They posted a video on Facebook showing the Guinness adjudicators presenting the officials with a certificate verifying the record. To have 560 people join them was quite an achievement, they said. But what I'm wondering here is they said 560 showed up, but only 550 ate cheese at the same time. So what did the other 10 do? That's what I want to know. Where'd they go? They're not cheese eaters?
Well, we used to do cheese contests in FFA all the time. That was one of the teams that I was on, so maybe fly me out to Australia, I could get a little piece of that.
You could eat enough for all 560 of them.
I'm all about it. A little cheddar, a little pepper jack. Can't go wrong.
Maybe the other 10 were lactose intolerant. They was there for the show. They want to be a part of it.
Yeah, I guess that's what it was. They wanted to be a witness. They want to be a witness to a world record.
There you go.
There you go.
Well, now they're planning another world record with a similar tasting for yogurt. So apparently you could get a world record for just about anything.
Get all your food groups, aren't they?
What surprises me is that they're still a Guinness Book of World Records.
Yeah.
I forgot that still existed. I thought that died when the internet started, but apparently not. Apparently they still got that. So, oh man, you got something about goats over there?
Anything about goats?
You got something about a goat?
Oh yeah, absolutely. City seeking a goat coordinator. A Canadian city's job posting is going viral after online observers spotted the ad for the position of a goat coordinator. The city of Edmonton, Alberta, posted a job opening online for a goat coordinator to spearhead the city's Goat Works program. The candidate would be called on to implement and evaluate the Goat Works program, which was first tested out by the city last year. It involved a herd of over 170 goats being used to clear weeds from the Rundle Park. The person filling the position, which features an hourly pay up to $43 an hour and can stretch up to 11 months, would also be required to coordinate public meet and bleat events while assisting in the development of new and additional engagement opportunities, of course. The city said an ideal candidate would have a degree in horticulture, forestry, parks, recreation, environment, or a related field. Candidates should have similar experience of other horticulture programs. I say we need to get some of these people up at Tarleton State on board with this.
I tell you what.
I feel like this
Quarter-pound junior double cheeseburger with crispy golden tots for just $2.99.
Makes me kind of want to do a double take. Double the beef. Double the cheese.
Double the smile.
Well, there you go.
For a limited time, get a quarter-pound junior double cheeseburger and tots for just $2.99. This is how you Sonic.
Tonight at 9.
That's a pretty good deal to me.
Where's that at?
I guess Alberta, Canada.
Oh, but it's too cold. I can't go up there.
That's one. That's true.
That's the only bad part about that. It's too cold. We got something. I got something here for you. I got a good one for you right here. This one here. This can go back to your goes back to livestock judging apparently.
Okay.
Because right here they have found the perfect cow right here.
Oh, wow.
So let's take a look and see what the perfect cow looks like.
One of the old sayings says nobody's perfect. Well, there's a young lady from Kakana has been judged to be close.
Her name is Martha, and, well, that young lady is a cow. Fox 11's Alex Ronaldo explains why she is considered the most perfect cow on this earth.
Her name is Muskie Ayatollah Martha, but you can just call her Martha.
She's considered the best in the world.
They say in showbiz you should never work with kids or animals, and especially animals as perfect as Martha. Hey, hello. But we had to learn more about this small-town cow from Canada who's gone on to big things.
About 4 years ago, somebody called me and said, you should really take a look at this cow, and we bought her.
Jim Ostrom helped bring Martha to Milk Source Genetics in Kakana, and at first he didn't see what the fuss was about.
She looked like just a nice, good cow, but really, quite frankly, nothing extreme.
Since then, Martha has won competition after competition after competition after competition after... You get the idea.
It's unbelievable. It's unprecedented, really.
The 7-year-old Jersey cow is only the 7th of her breed and the youngest cow ever to be given the Elite EX97 score, the highest a cow can receive. She is the only Jersey currently living with the score and is considered practically perfect.
It is how she looks. It's a beauty contest for cows.
Judges say Martha has a perfect udder system, legs, and, like any good model, bone structure. Martha, can you tell us your secrets? And she has that star power to back up her looks. She doesn't want to tell us her secrets.
She almost screams, look at me. And so the judges always remark about how she's so powerful in the ring.
Ostrom says besides being the best of the best, Martha is a pleasure to have around.
It's pretty exciting to have her here in this barn and here in northeast Wisconsin.
He tells us he's honored to have her here.
Honestly, this may sound strange to so many people, but 30 or 40 years from now, we'll still be talking about her.
Making her one divine bovine in Kakana. Alex Ronaldo, Fox 11 News.
All right, so that right there, apparently is the perfect cow. Just happened to be a Jersey, though. I guess maybe they should have clarified the perfect dairy cow. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What else? You got some ag news over there?
Yeah, I got the Cattleman Now says there's still time to fill out the 2017 ag census. Farmers and ranchers still have time to be counted in the 2017 Census of Agriculture. According to the U.S. Department of Agriculture National Agriculture Statistics Service, although the first deadline has just passed, NASS will continue to accept census information through the spring to get a complete and accurate picture of American agriculture that represents all farmers and ranchers. This is in quotes. We thank everyone who has completed their census to date. We currently have a return rate of just over 40% of the 3 million census questionnaires mailed last fall, said NASS Administrator Hubert Hamer. A lot is at stake if producers are not represented in this data. Census data have and will continue to influence important decisions for American agriculture. The data will affect every operation and every farming community at some point. Whether it be through farm policy, disaster relief, insurance or loan programs, infrastructure improvements, or agribusiness setup, there is accuracy and strength in numbers, which is why NASS is committed to giving producers every opportunity to respond. Federal law mandates that everyone who received the 2017 Census of Agriculture questionnaire complete it and return it, even if not currently farming. NASS will continue to follow up with producers through spring and mailings, phone calls, and personal visits. To avoid these additional contacts, farmers and ranchers are encouraged to complete their census online at agcounts.usda.gov or by mail as soon as possible. Responding online saves time by skipping sections that do not apply and automatically calculating totals. The online questionnaire is accessible on desktops, laptops, and mobile devices. For more information about the 2017 Census of Agriculture, visit www.agcensus.usda.gov. For questions or assistance on filling out the census, call toll-free 888-424-7828.
All right, that'll get it done. because you got to fill it out. I didn't fill mine out, and I got another one in the mail, so I need to fill it out again. So apparently I've got to get that done. Let's look at this right here and do some rodeo. Let's get a little bit of rodeo action going on over here. We had the folks down at the Iron Cowboy and the American. We had the show crew, some of the show crew down there. Some were down there longer than others, but they were there. Take a look at some action shots here we got from our photographer, Addie Hillenberg, was down there shooting. And we got a few shots for you here. Take a gander at, but always some good shots, some good action here. And with the Iron Cowboy was Ramon de Lima. We've got an interview with him as well. We'll put it on the Facebook here probably a couple of days or so. We'll get it up there. He won the WinStar World Casino and Resort Iron Cowboy, powered by Kawasaki, the second major of the 25th PBR Unleash the Beast season. More than 46,000 fans packed AT&T Stadium, making the 2018 Iron Cowboy the largest single-day event in PBR history. Wow. That was the most ever.
That's crazy.
Up there. So that made a good deal. This win marked the Brazilian's first major victory of his career. He is the first rider this season to claim multiple event titles following his victory in January at the Elite Series stop in Sacramento. Now this picture right here is great. This is a great picture. This is Sky Harbor, son of Pearl Harbor, and that is Silvano Alves right there, upside down. The only thing the deal with Silvano is he's actually cut but not cut, if it makes sense to you, because he is a 3-time world champion, so he is still on tour, but he's going to have to use his world champion exemption in order to compete. So he's got to use that exemption, and you only get so much to get back on tour. And if he doesn't do that, he's going to be down there in the Velocity tour, trying to get back up on tour. But age will catch. Age is going to get you. You can't out ride age. It's going to catch up to you eventually. You're a 3-time world champion, but hey, you can't do it forever. Bull riding's not something you're going to do till you're 100 years old. So the American, the following day, American, man, there was some stuff going down at the American. It was great. Casey Field, bareback rider. He dominated bareback riding. He had a 90 point ride right there. 90-point ride. Think about that. 90-point ride in bareback riding. He rode C5 Rodeo Company's Virgil, the reigning bareback horse of the year. Barrel racing went to Tacey Bettis, her horse Smash. They ran a 14.84, which is pretty good. Steer wrestling, Matt Reeves with a 3.7 right there. He got that done. 6-time world champion Matt Reeves. Matter of fact, Matt's going to be on with us probably in a couple episodes. We're going to have Matt Reeves on here talking about Angus cattle and rodeo. He's a great ambassador for Angus cattle. If you look on our website, we've got the press conference interviews from the American where he talked about the Angus cattle. Saddle Bronc, ERA world champion Court Shear came through, and a 4-time Bronc of the Year Frontiers Medicine Woman for 89 points. Side note, Court Shear, ERA world champion, Saddle Bronc, he will be the only ever ERA world champion. So think about that. Because the ERA is gone. It is now known by a 4-letter word. No, not that 4-letter word. What is it? World, I can't think of it now, but it's out there. WRCA, Alliance, some kind of alliance, rodeo, something or other. It's something new. PBR's in charge of, and they're going to show you what it's all about in May up there in Vegas. Tie-line roping, Marty Yates got it done. He's a 2-time American champion now. He beat the arena record at the American with a 6.3. T-roping, he had Junior and Caleb. They took home $100,000 checks apiece with a 4.5. And then bull riding, PBR's world champion Jess Lockwood got it done. on More Big Bucks, which is also the same bull that he rode to win that world title. So stuff happened. Rodeo happened. A lot of it did. So we've still got stories. We got anything else? You got something over there?
Just stuff about some new movies in theaters.
Oh, we got movies. Yeah, we got to do movies. Okay. I had some tips for young ranchers. I don't know if I get to that. Young rancher tips from an old timer. I guess I can tell. I'm not gonna get in detail with them, but I can just name them off right quick. Old timers were telling these kids about the cow business, and they narrowed it down to 8 tips. I don't know why they went 8. Why didn't they go 5 or go 10? I don't understand that, but we're gonna tell you about it. Number 1, sacrifice luxury items. Expensive hobbies, new trucks, new cars. You gotta save, make money. Make do with the older tractors. If you got an old tractor, old baler, old equipment, just make do with what you got. Don't go buy a brand new tractor because you're gonna wish you hadn't in about a year. Be ready for an upturn in the cattle market, and kind of what I said to start with. Beware of temptation. Same thing. Buying a new truck. You don't want to buy a new truck. Adjust your traveling lifestyle, because of course you got to keep an eye on your cows. Number 6 is marry well. You're gonna need a good wife to put up with you. Apparently. Let's see. You cultivate, maintain good friendships with your neighbors. You don't want to have bad neighbors. You want to have good fence neighbors, and have a good banker.
There you go.
Always have a good banker. So that's what the old timers told these kids. Part of our bucking fitness segment. I guess we hadn't done a bucking fitness segment in a couple of episodes. So I got a little bucking fitness segment for you here about food, because everybody wants to get in shape. Everybody wants to work out, but nobody wants to do anything. They like the idea of getting in shape. It all sounds good, but when it comes time to make an effort to do it, that's different. So here's what we got. They're talking about eating different, which you got to eat different, and it makes a difference. So they got 2 eating plans here. There's a vegetarian diet, which I'm not. Let me go ahead and say this: I'm not an expert at vegetarians or veganisms or who eats what. We all eat different stuff. Some days I might eat just a salad that day, so maybe I'm a vegetarian or vegan that day. I don't know. The next day I eat a steak, so I eat whatever. All right, so there's 2 eating plans that they figured out. The vegetarian diet includes eggs and dairy, and the Mediterranean diet. Ooh. All right. Research included 170 healthy but overweight people aged 18 to 75 who ate either low-carb vegetarian diet that included dairy and eggs, or a low-calorie Mediterranean diet for 3 months. All right, 3 months, which is not going to happen over time. It's like I tell people, you didn't gain 100 pounds in 2 weeks. You're not going to lose 100 pounds in 2 weeks unless you get hit by a truck. All right, Mediterranean diet includes poultry, fish. Maybe that's what I'm on. Maybe I'm on the Mediterranean diet, because that includes poultry, fish, and some red meat as well, and fruits, vegetables, beans, and whole grains, which is everything I eat. So apparently I'm Mediterranean. After 3 months, the participants switched diets. I don't know if I'd want to do that. Most participants were able to stay on both. On either diet, participants lost about 3 pounds of body fat and about 4 pounds of weight overall. They also had similar decrease in body mass index, BMI, estimated body fat, height, and weight. Now, the 2 notable differences between the diets, though: the vegetarian diet was more effective, reducing the bad cholesterol, while the Mediterranean diet led to large declines in triglycerides, which increased the risk of heart attack and stroke. The take-home message from the study is low-calorie, lacto-ovo vegetarian diet. What does that even mean? I don't know what that is. People have more than one choice for heart-healthy diets. That's about all I got out of it. Just eat different stuff. I don't know. That's all I got. Different stuff. Try something else. But no, that's what you got to do. You got to get out there and work out, and you got to do it. You got to get out there and do it, or nothing will happen. Do nothing. If you do nothing, nothing will happen. That's the way I look at What do we got? You got movie news over there. You said you got some movies.
Yeah, we can go ahead. This one interested me because last Halloween I dressed up as Mr. Incredible, so I figured out.
He's in college too.
Hey, 19-year-old, you still got a. Incredibles 2 hits theaters, and Mr. Incredible struggles to babysit in new trailer. As you read through, it says, as Elastigirl is seen saving the day, Mr. Incredible, Craig Nelson, is left in charge of the kids, including Violet, and Dash, along with baby Jack Jack, who is a handful due to the infant still discovering all of his multiple superpowers. So, y'all go ahead and this hits theaters here. It says in June 15th, so right there in the middle of summer, y'all go hit the theaters and check this one out.
Let's check it out.
All right, let's get you plugged in. Wiffy, or is it wifey?
Why don't we just go in?
And we are online. Whoa, cool.
Excited.
Just one minor thing. What is the internet? Oh, holy cow. Look at all this stuff.
Congratulations, you're a winner.
Really? These 10 child stars went to prison. Number 6 will amaze you. That's not interesting.
Come on.
Redirecting to eBay. Ladies and gentlemen, the next item up, a black velvet painting of a sorrowful kitten. It's like he's looking into my soul.
Yeah, that one's really gonna haunt me for a while.
Whoa, games!
Pancake. Milkshake.
Pancake. Milkshake. I'm starting to understand why people like this game. Very zen. Milkshake.
Hey, look what I found! More pancakes.
Let's speed it up. Pancake, 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 pancake. Eat, little buddy. Eat.
Ralph, you might want to try feeding the kitty for a little while.
No, the kitty gets the milkshake. The bunny gets the pancake.
All right. I guess I missed the first one, so I didn't get any of that. So he's gonna break the internet apparently. All right. That's a good deal. What else you got? You got something else?
Absolutely. Got another movie here. Wreck-It Ralph 2 for all you video gamers. After entering into a digital world that represents cyberspace, the internet, Ralph encounters pop-up ads, clickbait articles, and an eBay auction for a painting of a kitten. Ralph breaks the internet. Wreck-It Ralph 2 from directors Rich Moore and Phil Johnson set to arrive theaters on November 21st. The sequel will also feature stars returning as Jack McBrayer as Fix Felix and Jane Lynn.
Behold the Underminer!
All right. Let's check them out. Although I think they played backwards, but
yeah,
I think they went the opposite direction. But they figured it out. I'm sure they figured it out when they saw. But
there you go.
Let's check this out.
Behold the Underminer!
What's going on here with these guys? They wanted some kid movies out there, so we're gonna give them some kid movies.
Behold the Underminer!
I thought we were gonna go.
You heard your mother. Trampoline it.
Superheroes are illegal. We want to fight bad guys. It defines who I am.
We're not saying you have. What?
Someone on TV said it.
I was approached by this tycoon. Wants to talk about hero stuff.
Helping bring supers back into the sunlight, we need Elastigirl.
Bye, sweetie.
I'll watch the kids, no problem.
That's not the way you're supposed to do it, Dad. They want us to do it.
I don't know that way. Why would they change math? Math is math. Math is math. Over Dusseldorf. Duzzles are dozing. Guys, so heavy, they're drooping. Close it!
I couldn't have done this if you hadn't taken over so well.
I've got to succeed, so she can succeed. So we can succeed, Bob. What the? That is freaky. But I can't keep giving him cookies. How? Nobody is that. What?
Done properly, parenting is a heroic act. Done properly.
All right. So if it's done improperly, what happens? All right. That's all we got, I guess. We need to get out of here. They're going to be kicking us out. They're going to kick us out of here. So we talked about what you guys had going on. You had Jace Kohler here, Ryan Driggers here.
Yes,
and like I said, we'll have the flyer up on the website.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all can get in contact with them. Send them some stuff, help them out, because when y'all going to Austin?
April, the weekend after Easter, so April 7th is the date we have selected right now if the weather works with us.
All right.
So
yeah,
a little over a month there.
Okay, about a month. That'll work. Yeah, the weather's not been cooperating very well with anything right now.
Typical Texas weather.
Yeah, they have stuff here up in this area. We can get people to come pick it up from them if that's what they need, or we can get it sent, whatever, If they'll just get in contact with us, we can
get some drop points, set up. Okay. All right, we can do that. We'll do that. Check them out on Facebook. They're on the Facebook. Find them there. Check them out, and get some toiletry stuff, men and women, and hook them up so they can help these folks out. 'Cause, it's stuff you need, stuff that everyone needs, everybody uses. And with that, everything else going on with the show, as always, drop over to pepperstewart.com and be sure and follow on all of our social media sites.